Welcome back to the Pistol Report. My name is John Franceville. I'm the Senior Instructor for Archangel Technologies. And today what we're going to be covering is the use of other tools and edged weapons in self-defense circumstances. Before we get started, let's go ahead and do those 4 rules of gun safety. The gun is always loaded. Don't put your finger on the trigger till you're ready to shoot. Know your target, what's beyond it, and don't let the barrel point at anything you're not willing to destroy. Now that we have that, we have a variety of different knives. Fixed blade knives. This one is a close quarter combat Camillus knife, which is more for military or bush applications if you're out in the forest. It's not legal in most states to carry a fixed blade knife that's not in the open. You're not supposed to conceal a fixed blade knife. They've even had cases where paring knives, which were under 3 inches, were in people's pockets, and it's still considered against the law in some jurisdictions. So know your local laws before you decide which knives you're going to carry. Then you have your folding blade knives, and most of these, if they're under 4 inches or 3.5 inches, they're legal in a lot of jurisdictions. But once again, know your laws. We're just going to cover a different variety. And here you have certain types of fixed blade daggers that are usually carried in low profile, not in a pocket, doesn't come with a pocket clip, but the scabbards do. Then you have your smaller folding blades, and I always suggest when you're looking for a knife, look for something that's comfortable and works with you. We also have the stamped metal knives, which are very low profile, very thin, which can be carried on the waist in a small Kydex scabbard, or even on neck holsters that hang around the neck with a ball chain that can be deployed from under the clothes. So for now, we're just going to discuss that when you're in a deadly force situation. It doesn't matter if you use a brick, a hammer, a tire iron. If you're justified in using deadly force to defend your life, you can use anything. And the inverse is, if you're not justified in using deadly force, you shouldn't use an edged weapon unless it's your life that's in the balance. So when we come back, what we're going to do is discuss certain circumstances. Like if you're in a crowded conveyance, like a bus, a train, it wouldn't be wise to pull a firearm unless you have a static target, and that target is something that you're sure you can hit at that distance. Because with the relative movement and the inherent inaccuracy of handguns, you might end up hitting somebody or something that doesn't need to be shot. So that's why a firearm isn't always the first and best choice. In any active violent circumstance, whether it's an active shooter, somebody with a long knife, a machete, a sword, the first thing you should do is run, hide, and last resort is fight. That's in any circumstances, because the best fight you'll ever have is the one you don't have to fight. So always remember, even in a state that has a stand your ground law, be aware that if you don't have to stand your ground, don't do it. Retreat, let the professionals handle it. And so as we go on, you have larger knives all the way down to smaller knives. All of them can be used very effectively to defend your life when a firearm might not be appropriate. So when we come back in our next video, what we're going to do is discuss each of the different knives, their capabilities, and the best way to deploy them to defend yourself. Until next time, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Take care.